eMove Roadrunner V3. This is the 72 volt modified version, replacing pretty much the battery, controllers, suspension, as well as the motors. So just wanted to kind of do this video just to give you guys an overview of what to expect when building this. I know I never really went through any of the pros and the cons of building a dual motor scooter like this, but I kind of wanted to do that for this video of the V3 upgrades, give you an overall total cost. But I'm also going to be listing all the modifications, all the parts in the description below, so you guys can purchase them yourselves and, you know, put together your own V3. And yeah, we'll go over some other frequently asked questions that I've gotten on this particular scooter slash mini bike. Yeah guys, let's go for a little bit of a ride. All right guys, so we are off on the V3. One thing you guys should know is I don't have a kickstand for this yet. I tried installing the stock one, but unfortunately the kickstand kind of drops the height down a little bit lower in terms of clearance. Like, it sticks out too much, you know, from the bracket, from the bottom bracket over here. So I don't want to lose any more clearance than what I have at the moment. So I'm gonna keep it off for now until I find another solution. I might possibly do one that's like attached to the actual frame, just so it's not interfering with the clearance. So we'll see. Whew. One thing to note is I do not have regen enabled on the Fardrivers, but if you wanted to enable it, you could. You would just need to connect the brake sensors and then enable it on the Fardriver settings under parameters. All right, let's take this thing on the fast road for a little bit. Whoa, shit. Woo. Wow. First Roadrunner on the highway. Oh man, we were going on a slight uphill too. I was pinning it. So we got to about 71 on the GPS, which is on, you know, on par with what our top speed is. But man, holy cow, this thing is awesome. It's so great. So one of the things that I get asked about in some of the comments is a lot of basically what the total cost of the bike is. And you know, just to give you guys an overall number, this bike cost about this is in regards to not applying any cosmetics like powder coating or any of the panels. The build itself, the upgrade itself, without the cost of the actual V3, came out to about $3,300. So that's the total cost of the upgrade itself. I know it might seem like much, but when you do think about it, if you're looking for something, you know, that goes over 70 miles an hour, you know, and you're not looking to spend like crazy amounts of money on like you know, surron build or something like that, I think this is definitely a good route to go. So yeah, between the battery, the motors, the controller, as well as, you know, the display, throttle, and all the other small stuff, came out to about $3,300, which is honestly not bad. It's actually it's less than a little less than the Razor build, but I mean, the total cost of that Razor build that I had given you guys before, which was about $3,500. That was that was including the cost of the frame. So you know, budget wise, Razor is probably, you know, for like a 90-mile-an-hour bike is pretty good bang for your buck. Now in terms of ride height, as you guys know, with the swing arm extensions, it does drop the V3 pretty low. I wouldn't say pretty low. You have about a 4-inch clearance with the swing arm extensions, which is not bad. I think the original V3, the clearance is about 5 inches or 5.5 inches, which is not so bad. I mean, I'm able to go over speed bumps okay, but if it's like one of those like large ass speed bumps that are like super like hilly, you gotta kind of slow down over those bumps. So if you are riding this after upgrading it, definitely go slow over the speed bumps, as you should as a regular vehicle. Go slow over those speed bumps because you don't want to scratch the bottom of your frame. But other than that, this thing goes over bumps pretty well. I've gone over some pretty bad potholes, and the rear suspension definitely helps out a lot. Oh man! Oh man, the brakes are good. The actual, you know, brake calipers and you know, hydraulic brake system are good. The only thing I would do is definitely change out the pads when you get a chance, because I ran through those pads probably the first week of using this thing. I would say get yourself some good ceramic pads. Whoa. Yeah, get yourself some good ceramic pads. You know, I think that will definitely help with the in terms of the wear and tear of the pads. So I switched over to the ceramic, and I'm still kind of breaking these pads in, but they're biting a lot better than before, obviously, because they're not withering away as much. But man, this thing is so much fun, man. I know I try to talk during a lot of these vlogs and stuff like that, but dude, it's so hard to do, man, with something like this. It's a lot of fun. Oh my god, almost hit 60. I have to put my visor down. So much wind right now. Woo! Woo! Oh man. Another thing I would say, definitely get side view mirrors. I'm in the process of ordering some, but yeah, you'll definitely need at least one side view mirror just to, you know, just for safety purposes. I usually have one right over here underneath, or maybe up top, but definitely get one for sure. So another thing I would say, in terms of this build, specifically also these motors, the JSC motors, if you're looking to monitor your motor temperature, unfortunately, the JSC motors do not have a temp sensor, which is kind of annoying a little bit, you know, especially for these like smaller motors with like 30H magnets. But yeah, there is no temp sensor wire. It's usually the 6th wire. It's either like white or clear on the hall sensor, but it doesn't come with one of those, unfortunately. So you know, in terms of monitoring temperature, you probably have to just feel the motors out and just see if they're, you know, getting hot or not like that. But in general, these can't take too much heat. I think they peak comfortably around like 14 kilowatts, I would say, but not for long, usually in like short bursts. So definitely be mindful of that. One thing I would say also, definitely get a 3-speed switch. If you plan on, you know, taking this on trails or bike paths or what have you, I think it's definitely beneficial to have. Also, if you're, you know, you do group rides, you know, sometimes here and there, and people want to try out your bike, definitely good to have a 3-speed switch so people can kind of get used to the power. In terms of handling and like leaning on like sharp turns, this thing doesn't do so bad at all, you know. And I would say definitely go with the shorter pegs. Gary sells them on Econic's website. They're like the shorter pegs, but they fit the all styles of the Roadrunner. I think the V3, V2, and all that stuff. Yeah, so, you know, in terms of the display, you know, I've been tweaking it. I've been working with the manufacturer. We were able to get the miles per hour correct. The only thing though is in terms of speed accuracy, I've been trying to get that information from the contact person for Chao-Ji, but they're just not really that helpful in terms of, you know, I guess calibrating the speed and stuff like that. So I don't know. If I were to do it over again, I would probably, you know, you probably could skip on this kind of display. It is nice. It has that low profile like I had mentioned in my previous video, but you know, in terms of user functionality, it's not as easy to calibrate as the DKD display. I see black smoke over there. There might be a brush fire happening right now. I'm not too sure. All right, guys, so we have this clear path here. I'm going to kind of show you guys the top speed for each mode. I have it set to the standard setting that Fardriver sets their gear for first, second, and third. So let's see what first mode 1 gets us in terms of top speed. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Nice little clean takeoff. About 32 miles an hour. Holy cow. Not too bad, actually. Not too bad. Man, that's pretty good for mode 1. That's class 3 e-bike right there. All right, so let's switch it over to mode 2 and see what our top speed is. In 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh, the takeoff is a lot faster. Wow, about 40 miles an hour. Whoa, oh shit. Yeah, about 40. That's really nice. So yeah, it's nice to have you know, 3-speed switch. Also, you know, maybe if you're sort of like on your last mile and you're trying to get home, you know, flip it onto like mode 1 and just kind of like cruise, you know. And 30 miles an hour, like mode 1 is like more than enough. I think I might even lower it at some point just to kind of keep it at like maybe like 20 to 25 miles an hour. But 30 miles an hour is 32 is pretty good. In terms of also, I forgot to mention the front suspension. Oh man, this fork is awesome, dude. Like, here, let me just show you guys the rebound real quick. Like, it has good travel for coil or spring front suspension. Really nice travel. It's I don't know the exact millimeters, but I mean, I think it's sufficient enough for something like this. Like, I wasn't feeling any any crazy bumps going over potholes and stuff like that. But yeah, if you're like, you know, just using this as a, you know, a regular commuter, and you want to keep up with traffic, yeah, at a faster pace, obviously, this is definitely the build for you. All right, guys. So in terms of legality, I know these things have pegs. This particular version I have, I'm using pegs, but you do have the option to actually swap this out for pedals to comply with, like, you know, your state laws and stuff like that. In the state of New York, as well as New York City, in order to get on the ferry, you do need pedals. So something like this would not get on the ferry. Although if you use, like, there's actually a fast ferry, they'll actually sometimes allow you to take this on. It depends on the captain, but overall, throughout any of the ferries in New York City, New Jersey, you have to have pedals. Voro Motors actually developed a pedal system, so all you would have to do is just pretty much remove the pegs, the original stock pegs here, and then remove this what do you call it, this sort of like bracket thing, and put in like sort of the new headset. And it comes also with a chain, but obviously if you do upgrade to like the new motors, this doesn't have a freewheel, so you can't put the chain on, so you just have like dummy pedals. But in any sense, that will get you by in the state of New York. Oh, it has like a little like off-road area here. I wonder where this kind of leads to. Should we try it? I don't know how this will fare during off-road, but oh, never mind. There's this sort of trench here. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but I don't want to go through it. I don't want to get my V3 dirty, so we're gonna turn back. In terms of rocky gravel, I mean, I think this could suffice. Handles it pretty well. These are street tires, by the way. Oh man, not too bad. Oh my God. Very nimble in traffic. Woo. Also, make sure you place your feet, especially on like turns and stuff like that. Make sure you place your feet like evenly on the pegs. You don't want it too far forward and mess up your ankle. That's probably another thing I would say. Definitely a good tip. All right, we're gonna take the scenic route here. It's a little bit bumpy, so this is gonna be a real like test of suspension here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they still have not fixed the roads over by here. Oh my God. Oh, yeah, that was crazy. Jeez. goodness for suspension. Ooh. Yeah, that was a real, like, real test of how far these things rebound, because I hit at least, like, I don't know, 6 or 7 pretty bad potholes, and they haven't fixed that road in like years. So oh man. Oh man. Even though that was only 65, it is crazy being on this V3 at like 60 plus miles an hour. Absolutely insane. Woo. Well, this thing is so enjoyable, man. You know, so more videos to come on this V3. I'm going to be doing a range test with the Kodo battery from Amorge. Alright guys, so that's it for the V3 in terms of some pros, cons, some tips and tricks. Would I do this build again? Absolutely. In terms of motors, you know, maybe, you know, possibly in the future upgrade to the Tune Extreme motors. I believe those are like 6 kilowatts each, but the phase wires and stuff are like super chunky. The stator can take a lot of heat. Obviously the magnets are a bit bigger, so that's something that I might look into at some point, or maybe I'll just roll with single motor because I do have the extended swing arm. But yeah guys, other than that, we'll be doing a range test, hopefully with an upcoming group ride, and we'll see how far this battery can take us. As always guys, if you like today's content, please be sure to subscribe, maybe even comment or like the video. And as always guys, ride safe, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.